How about that? Brian Callahan, the head coach of the Titans, starters on special teams. I'm telling you, man, these new rules on special teams, that's going to change how everybody deals with it. It's going to be interesting to see. Also, who's the kick returner going to be? Oh, he's putting his Treylon Burks
there we go.
jersey on. Not ready to get into that just yet.
It's been a couple days. I've been missing the 16 in my face.
You know what, Babsy? A lot of times, man, when Superman is saving people, you never see Superman walking down the street or notice him or notice his cape. But all of a sudden, when things go crazy, all of a sudden he appears. And that's kind of like Treylon is with me. Like when I need to settle everybody down, like everybody was cool, so there was no need in bringing it out. But now, here we go. They put the the Superman, the Treylon Burks sign in the sky, and here come
I thought he was Batman. You and him are like Bruce Wayne and Batman.
We're a lot of people.
Okay.
We can be Clark Kent and Superman, too.
Are you Two-Face?
No, because that's all in one body.
Acid and fire don't go together.
Separate, yeah.
So Brian Callahan talk more about your guy. Treylon Burks leads perfectly into it. He will absolutely have to contribute on special teams.
Absolutely, he's going to have to contribute. You know, you only get so many hats on game day, and if he's one of those guys on game day, we're going to have to find a place for him because those special teams, guys like him should be great special teams players on top of it just because of his size and speed. And so the gunner thing is something I think he's very capable of doing. There might be some more roles for him in the other phases as well. But, yeah, anytime you're not the full-time starter, you're going to have to contribute somewhere on game day. And I think Trey's attitude and approach to special teams has been fantastic. And so I'm excited to see what he could do for him. I think he's an asset on special teams.
You mentioned Treylon could do other things. That potential spot, look at him as a returner.
Sure. Yeah, there's absolutely. He's big and strong and fast, and there's a chance that if we can get more reps of it and see him do it, there's certainly an opportunity there for him.
So Mark Mariani, former Titan Pro Bowl kick returner, he set the record for kick return yards in the Pro Bowl, came on this show in studio on Thursday and said this about Treylon Burks as a kick returner.
So punt return is still out there, and I like Jaquan Jackson. I think we took him for that. He shows tons of flashes. But here's something sneaky, all right? Yeah, you know where I'm going. I want to see number 16, Treylon Burks, returning kickoffs for the Tennessee Titans. And here's why.
Because of the rule changes.
Have you ever seen Cordero Patterson?
Oh, yeah.
They're the same size. And here's what's going to happen, you guys. Remember at Arkansas with this guy. And we weren't supposed to spend the first 20 minutes talking about Treylon, but now we're back on Treylon. But here's the deal. If they're looking for ways to get the ball in this guy's hand, here's what's important on a kick return. You have to be able to run through that first arm tackle and then explode. And the reason there's usually a running back is better at that than running through that first arm tackle because that hole closes instantly. You see daylight for a second, but if you hit it and you're gone, and here's the thing, big, physical, doesn't have to do anything to get the ball in his hands. And if he creases it, who's catching him?
Yeah.
Who's catching him? So a way to get Treylon Burks the ball in his hand is to return kickoffs. And Cordero Patterson, they are the exact same size. They are exact same size.
Have you let Callie know about this?
Oh, I'll be planting seeds here and there. Hey, but I'm telling you, a skinny.
I don't think it's bad.
A skinny.
So he
How
said
about
that.
that?
He said that on Thursday. Callahan said it today. Did Mark Mariani go over there and plant some seeds? Watching the bamboo grow, as Derek Dewey like to say.
Man,
clearly Callie listens to the show every
Is that what it was?
right? Yeah.
I never thought about Treylon Burks returning gigs. Good job, 3HL. Let's give that a go.
Thanks, Moonshine. Let's go with that. He's big, he's strong, he's fast.
All of a sudden, Treylon Burks is returning kicks at minicamp.
We give great advice.
They're also talking about him being a gunner.
Hey, listen. Opportunity presenting itself. That's what you got to do when you've gotten to this point and you're going out to prove why you belong and why you need a spot and how valuable you are. The more things you can do when you get to this point, and that is an unproven point, then you got to go out and show it every opportunity. And whether that's gunner, you know how physical he is, and whether that's kick return, whatever you can do to be on the field to make an impact, you got to do it. What was it, Mark, that said? When they turn on the film, I forgot who it was. When they turn on the film, you want to be the ones that they're saying, whoa, wait a minute, let me rewind that. You see what this guy did? That's what you got to
Who's
go out there and
that
do.
guy?
Yeah,
the eye in the
that's what
sky
you
don't
need to know.
lie. And here's the thing: like, he's been pushed back to 4, right?
Yep.
NWI back to 5. NWI probably involved too.
Yeah.
Without question.
But now
But
when
the tangibles, Burks would be certainly a better option.
right, but now like the kick returner kicks it before anybody catches it before anybody moves.
Yeah, that's
So
different.
everything has been changed. So if you get that big fast guy running up the field,
That's a game changer.
it could be.
It's a big game
Does it
changer.
bother you, as the president of the Treylon Burks fan club, that Callie said we got to find a way to get him on the field? As in,
We can't find nowhere.
right?
No, first
When
of
it
all,
comes to special teams,
first of all, I love how you address me, and I appreciate that.
Anytime.
We're very thankful for that.
We.
Yeah, our work has not gone unnoticed, and we appreciate you. Now, this to that point right there, I think it's two things, Babsy. Man, it's so much talent right there. We gotta find something for him to do. Plus, we need to see what we got going into this next year with him, or do we move on? The other part of it is you're looking, and I look at it as also challenging people too. You got to challenge people day in and day out. The time you get comfortable, that's the time, man, things can slip from up under you, and you let go of the rope. Keep him uncomfortable. If he's been working this hard, working this good, you've been hearing all the praise as receivers come out. Now, let me come on the backside of that. And, hey, hold on, though. Let's make sure you go out here and earn this, too. Yeah, you look great, but you've always looked great in the preseason. Let's make sure you go out here and earn this. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, Babs, to see him getting in a lot of reps, honestly, when the game comes along. But at the same time, he's been so transparent with us. I don't believe any of us a lie. Hell yeah, we trying to find somewhere for him to get on the field. And with all these tools and as big and strong, fast, and all of that is, why wouldn't you have him out there if you can?
yeah.
You only got a limited limited spaces for him anyway, for players anyway. So
Right. Well, and especially with what your receiving room looks like nowadays.
it's too nasty, Babsy.
So Chosen in the chat said there's rumors the Titans could trade Malik Willis. Would you put a package together to trade Willis and Burks for a 2025 third-round pick? I know your answer. My answer is no, because this is the year where you see if Burks is anything, right? This is it. This is your time. You've got a new staff. You've got this new offense. You've got a fresh start. For him, you've got a fresh start from the coaching staff. He's healthy. He's now in year 3. Like, if I'm the Titans, I'm giving that first-round pick a chance to work out.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Absolutely.
Willis, whatever, but
Yeah, and the
Can't
reason
forget about him.
the reason you say Willis whatever is because of the two guys that are right there.
Willis, whatever. It's a tough thing. It kind of flows off the
sorry,
tongue.
Will.
It ain't.
It's alliteration.
It
I
ain't
mean,
really,
it's
it ain't really how we mean it. Willis
Sorry,
was kind
man.
of what it is. In this,
Willis,
in this
whatever,
situation.
just
Yeah,
kind of rolls.
Yeah, like you want him to have a spot, but all right, we get opportunity, and that's the same thing I think where Treylon is lined up. Outside of the injuries,
Well-
like dude, okay, here it is. It's on your platter. You better do something with it.
It's interesting. Another aspect of
You hit it on the head, Babs.
the receivers and like the increasing number of quality receivers that are on this roster helps the running backs too, especially when they are involved in the pass game. And Brian Callahan talked about the matchups that the running backs are getting. He's just seeing in practice.
Yeah, there's you end up getting a lot of one-on-ones, which is, ultimately what the NFL in most passing situations is can you win the one-on-one matchup? And it doesn't necessarily have to mean a wide receiver on a corner. Those one-on-ones can be tight ends on safeties or tight ends on linebackers or backs on linebackers. Those are the matchups that you try to exploit. You try to find whatever matchup you can find that is to your advantage. And a lot of times when you have backs like those two guys, they're going to be the matchup advantage against linebackers most of the time. And so you try to find every which way you can to put them in that space so they can go beat what is likely a lesser athlete. And they both have the ability to do it. And so as we get closer to game planning and less installing of a system, now we have a chance to be a little more free and creative with how we deploy them in the formation and use them against players that we think they can go beat.
Callie is excited about the running backs, man.
I'm excited about this offense, listening to him.
Me too.
Talking
And
about matchups.
we were there last week, and he talked about the running backs, and he said, look, man, it's hard to find a running back in this league for your offense that can split out wide and run a route tree. And we've got 2 of them. And so he's talking about, and what he did he say this in there? But Like, what do? You put a linebacker on those guys when they go on a pass route, and they're not just running screen passes, right? Like, they're running routes.
Yeah.
So do you put a linebacker or do you put a safety? If you put a safety, you're one-on-one on somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it is intriguing that the Titans finally are going against that run your head into the wall system.
It's so much flexibility that he has with these people, these weapons that he has out there. Like, even with Pollard and Tajay Spears, okay, what if you don't have them both out there? But remember last year, I'm sure they went and watched video last year and the year before, it was a couple of times Burks was lined up in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to ask, like, if you're seeing all these qualities and you're looking to put him in different spots, why can't he be like my man, except outside of running between the tackles? Why couldn't you use him like a Taysom Hill for the New Orleans Saints? You understand what I'm saying? On sweeps, on coming out of the backfield, catching passes.
Is he that big, like stout though?
I don't think he's small. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's not small.
Let me look. I'm gonna look right. Okay. 6'2".
Who was the Arkansas offensive coordinator when he was there? They used him in a lot of different ways.
And that's what I'm saying. If that's what you're seeing, then there's no way you're going. And he's not getting on the field right away with those three guys in front of him. You're gonna find certain packages and certain ways for him to get into the game. And I could be wrong, but. No, he's the same size as Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's 6'2", 221. He's 6'2", 225.
Dang, they're the same weight.
That's a big boy. So it makes sense.
Holy cow.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
I watched Taysom Hill. I worked a bunch of his games in college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like he was a big dude then. I think he's bigger now.
Yeah.
But like I don't in my mind put them at the same weight.
Right.
Like Treylon Burks is
with
a
that speed.
big dude.
And he's faster than
big.
Hill.
Oh, he's way
he's
faster.
than Hill.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, if you're looking for Swiss Army knife, there you go.
Yeah.
But I love to be able to say, man, you about to walk into a situation where you have no earthly idea who the matchup is going to be. Like, that right there is scary. And that's a place that we have never, ever, ever been. We've always known
as
what
a Titans
to do.
franchise. Yeah.
We've always known what to do and get the X plays and all of that. But we were depending on some of the X plays that come from 22, along with his everyday load that he had to carry. Like it's different, man. Ooh, that's 5 or 6 options on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Each snap of the ball.
Yep.
That's tough. We went from 1. We had 1 to 6.
So